Hello, my name is Samuel Gottschall. Today, I'm going to talk about teacher dispositions. One I possess would be the belief that all students are capable of learning. It's simply a matter of proper support and realistic expectations. In my time as a teacher's aide for special education students, I've seen many forms of learning disabilities, from cognitive impairment due to autism or poor schoolwork due to behavior. While each situation is handled differently, students given the proper support balanced with realistic expectations that are still challenging and rigorous always have opportunity to learn. For example, a child with dyslexia has a very difficult time reading and writing regardless of age, and that should be met with realistic expectations, especially in the realm of language arts. I would encourage the student to consistently practice reading and writing independently, but when the whole class is asked to read a chapter from a book in 30 minutes, I would assist the student through that process. I also believe a teacher should model integrity in how they act and speak. Unfortunately, I have met teachers who have little regard for this disposition, and it's evidenced plainly as they give little care to how they groom themselves or how they speak to students. At times, children can be troublesome and difficult, but in every scenario, the teacher must be the one to set the bar for appropriate behavior. If the teacher stoops to the level of condescension or allows frustration to cause them to say what they would not otherwise say, it teaches the whole class that it's okay to act that way, and teachers are responsible for that. While I would pride myself on processing or possessing those two dispositions, one which I could use some work on would be the promotion and support of curiosity. I tend to be analytical and concise, leaving little room for thinking outside the box. I like to focus on getting things done and helping a student learn a curriculum rather than allowing them to explore what it is to learn. I think I could help this as a first year teacher by giving my students some choice in what they want to learn about. For example, subjects like language arts allow for flexibility in study. I would allow my students to pick a story or topic to read about that they would enjoy and teach them the basics of language arts while promoting their own curiosity. If a third grade student were interested in medieval times, I would suggest they read an abridged version of Robin Hood. I would ask them to write a book report or do a fun Robin Hood presentation to demonstrate their comprehension of the story. Another solution would be games or activities that challenge students to go above the minimum of what is expected. Ultimately, I need to balance concrete concepts with creativity to best engage a student's intrinsic motivation. Students learn differently based on a variety of factors, not the least of which are demographic factors such as culture, background, and family support structures. I believe that viewing each child as an individual person with inherent value as a human being is the most effective way to teach. To that end, understanding how the specific demographic of a child affects their learning is imperative to proper teaching, as each one is an individual person. No classroom of children can be lumped together into any one group. Understanding what each child brings to the classroom forges the way to building strong relationships. If we as teachers bring in our own biases into the classroom, that will be evidenced in the way we treat children. Whether it be choosing to ignore a child or becoming unusually upset or setting higher standards for a certain demographic of children, these things will not go unnoticed by the students. Bias is a form of pride that is very, very easy not to see. If we're not diligent about challenging our own predispositions and biases and being open to seeing all children as persons, bias will inevitably sneak its way into the classroom and never in a positive way. I'd like to consider myself as someone who is open to change and to learning about what I can do differently to be more effective. I tend to have stronger opinions about what I believe to be the right way, but I genuinely want to know the best way forward in teaching, and I understand that comes with feedback. I anticipate using feedback from performance evaluations, observations, and data to alter my teaching methods where necessary, to strengthen areas where I'm weak, and to further areas which are my strengths. While I anticipate being flexible and being someone who is open to reason and change, I also know that at times others will disagree with me, but I will have to do what I believe is best in each situation. I believe I already tend strongly towards most of these dispositions, and I plan on using them to grow in the remaining ones. Thank you.